All right, listen up, because this explainer is essentially a tactical briefing for a very specific type of high-performance operator.
I'm Roman Sterling. This is the Midnight Metamorphosis, your tactical field manual for hacking the night shift.
I'm talking to you. Whether you're a nurse pacing an ICU at 3 a.m., a logistics crew loading freight on a freezing dock, or a first responder out there patrolling the dark, you are essential. But right now, you are caught in a massive biological crossfire. It's a literal circadian civil war between your brain's light-sensing clock and your body's organs. So today, we are upgrading your software. We're diving into Chapter 4 of Roman Sterling's manual, The Midnight Metamorphosis, to really master strategic sipping and help you escape the ultimate metabolic snare, the caffeine trap. Here's our SITRP, the operational mission outline for today. We're covering 1. The Midnight Metabolic Ambush, 2. The Great Biological Lie, 3. The REM and cardiac tax, and 4. The Tactical Shift Fix Plan. So I want you to picture this, and I bet you know this gritty reality all too well. It's 2:15 a.m. You're standing in a 24-hour bodega under the flickering yellow hum of those awful fluorescent lights. Your eyes literally feel like they've been rubbed with sandpaper, right? Your brain is locked into that static-heavy 4:15 a.m. zombie walk down the aisles. And look, your exhaustion here is a valid biological hijack. It is not a lack of willpower. But in that desperation, you reach for it anyway. The Bodega mud. You know the stuff, that over-extracted, room-temperature coffee that honestly tastes a bit like battery acid. But we really have to stop and ask ourselves a critical question here. Is that Bodega mud actually helping you survive the 4 a.m. wall? You probably tell yourself you're being tactical. You think, hey, slamming this cold brew is going to get me through these final charts, through these handoffs. But the standard 9-to-5 nutrition advice you've been fed is dead wrong here. Relying on caffeine at this hour is a massive, dangerous metabolic trap. It's an absolute wrecking ball to your internal engine. Let's get into Section 1, the Midnight Metabolic Ambush. To truly own the night, we have to look at the brutal biological math of caffeine's half-life. It's not just a light switch you flip on and off, right? Caffeine has a half-life of roughly 5 to 6 hours. So let's say you slam 200 milligrams, which is about 2 cups of that Bodega mud, at 3 a.m. Fast forward to 9 a.m. when you're supposed to be sleeping and you still have 100 milligrams surging through your veins. Fast forward again to 3 p.m. deep into your crucial recovery window, and 50 milligrams is still redlining your nervous system. You are physically preventing your own cellular repair. Moving to Section 2, the Great Biological Lie. We need to completely dismantle the myth that caffeine actually gives you energy, because, well, biology tells a much darker story. Let's look at the mechanics of the adenosine blockade. Adenosine is basically your brain's internal sleep pressure gauge. The longer you stay awake, the more it builds up, telling your body it's time to rest. But caffeine, it's a master of disguise. It has a molecular structure that's almost identical to adenosine, so it just parks right inside those brain receptors. It doesn't actually give you energy or remove your exhaustion. It just blocks the signal. It is literally like putting a piece of black tape over a blinking low oil warning light on your dashboard while your engine is completely burning up. Because of this, the crash is totally inevitable. While that caffeine is happily parked in your receptors, the adenosine just keeps building up and building up behind the scenes. So, the absolute second that blockade lifts and the caffeine wears off, bam, a massive wave of accumulated sleep pressure hits you all at once. Your nervous system is collecting that sleep debt and is collecting it with interest. And tragically, for shift workers, this massive crash often perfectly times out right during the drive home or during the final, most critical handoff of the shift. Let's look at Section 3, the REM and cardiac tax. Now you might say to me, hey, I can drink an espresso at 5 a.m. and pass out instantly. But listen, passing out from sheer exhaustion is absolutely not the same thing as getting restorative sleep. The source material calls late shift caffeine a REM ripper, and for good reason. If you pass out with caffeine in your blood, you are just stuck in an unconscious state of light sleep. Your brain is physically prevented from entering that deep, slow-wave REM sleep. This means the metabolic toxins stay trapped in your brain. Your cognitive load isn't processed, and there is zero cellular repair happening. You wake up metabolically broken, with your cortisol levels peaking at the exact wrong time. And speaking of cortisol, that leads us right into the 4 a.m. civil war. Around this time, your body naturally releases this survival surge of cortisol just to keep you upright. Now, if you take a high-dose caffeine hit and stack it right on top of that natural spike, you are forcefully overclocking your adrenal glands. Forcing your body into sympathetic dominance, which is basically a permanent fight or flight loop.
It makes it physically impossible for you to burn fat for energy, and it severely spikes acute insulin resistance. I want you to look at this cold, hard data point right here, 25.7%. Earlier in the manual is revealed that mid-shift eating alone causes a 25.7% decline in your cardiac function markers. So when you dump late-shift caffeine right on top of that already stressed system, you are overclocking a heart that is already under immense metabolic stress. You are significantly reducing your heart rate variability and placing a massive stress tax on your ticker, all just to stay awake for another 45 minutes.
All right, it's time for Section 4, the Tactical Shift Fix Plan.
It is time for us to step up. We're transitioning from being tired, reactive sugar burners to elite nocturnal operators. Here is your tactical counterstrike. This 4-phase shift fix action plan is the exact blueprint from the manual to rebuild your metabolic engine. We've got Phase 1, the first hour power dose, Phase 2, the 6-hour hard stop, Phase 3, the electrolyte bridge, and Phase 4, the recovery anchor. Let's break these down. Phase 1. You want to deploy a targeted dose of 200 milligrams of caffeine, so about 2 small cups of coffee, immediately upon arrival. I'm talking within your first 60 minutes. This anchors your energy and sharpens your decision-making for the heavy lifting early in the shift. And here's the genius of it. By taking it immediately, you give your liver the absolute maximum amount of time to clear that stimulant before your recovery window even opens.
Then we hit Phase 2, and guys, this one is completely non-negotiable. The 6-hour hard stop. To protect your sleep architecture from that REM ripper effect we talked about, you must have 0 caffeine within 6 hours of your intended bedtime. So if your head hits the mattress at 8:30 a.m., your last sip of anything caffeinated is at 2:30 a.m., period. The kitchen is officially closed.
Okay, so what happens when you hit that brutal 4 a.m. wall? Let's properly diagnose the problem here. It feels like a massive crash and intense cravings. But the true cause? It actually isn't a lack of Bodega mud. It's fluid and mineral depletion. Working the night shift causes your body to literally dump water and essential minerals, which highly mimics a sugar crash. So your tactical solution is Phase 3, hydration and electrolytes. Sodium basically acts as a stress shield for your overclocked adrenals. You don't need more stimulants at 4 a.m., you just need to stop the mineral bleed. And here is an absolutely incredible pro tip from the manual, the cold water shock protocol. When you hit the wall way past your caffeine cutoff, do this instead. Drink 16 ounces of ice-cold water with a heavy pinch of sea salt. The sheer thermal shock of the ice water triggers a temporary alerting effect in your nervous system. It gives you a short-term adrenaline hit that totally satisfies your stressed adrenals, but, and this is key, you completely avoid the devastating 6-hour half-life penalty of caffeine. It is a brilliant, zero-cost physiological hack. Finally, we land the plane with Phase 4, the recovery anchor. About 1 hour before you enter what we like to call your sensory deprivation tank, your dark, cool bedroom, you need to replace that depleted magnesium. Taking 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium combined with dim or red-tinted lighting physically lowers your heart rate. It aggressively applies the brakes to your nervous system. You are essentially prepping the body to finally transition out of that biological civil war and sink into restorative, deep REM repair. So this explainer has officially armed you with the physiological truth. The crushing exhaustion you feel on the night shift, it is a biological reality. The way you've been fighting it with unregulated late-night caffeine, that was a tactical error. Well, you now have the software update. Next time, we're going to dive into building your shift-proof go-bag armor to keep your insulin low and your energy high. You've got the science, you've got the grit. The only question left is, will you let the midnight metabolic ambush control you, or will you step up and take back command of your internal clock?
Stop fighting the night. Own it. Grab the Midnight Metamorphosis on Amazon for the ultimate shift work pro tips. Link in pinned comment.